Thank you very much. Good evening, Chair and Board. I'm happy to be here this evening representing Pipe Up Network. First, a bit about myself. I have a Master of Public Policy from Simon Fraser University. I'm a public policy analyst and a legal researcher. I've been a legal researcher for about 14 years now. I have been researching the Kinder Morgan Trans Mountain pipeline expansion for about 20 hours a week since November 2011, and I've provided some links to documents to Linda of the Fraser Valley Regional District, and I also have a bit of a hard copy of a package that I will leave for your use. So Pipe Up Network began at UFV in April of 2012, and we had a meeting there at UFV Abbotsford campus, and then we had a meeting at Yarrow shortly after that, and we decided to form a group. Pro-Information, Pro-Environment, United People Network. That's what Pipe Up stands for. And we're a group of residents from Fraser Valley residents from Hope to Langley. We've been engaging with the public since that time through a number of measures, mostly town hall meetings. And a lot of people are initially unaware of the Kinder Morgan pipeline, even though it's been here 60 years. And they go from being pretty well unaware to being very concerned in a very short time. Pipe Up Network submitted a letter of comment with regard to the Kinder Morgan expansion to the National Energy Board in November of 2012. And we expressed our concerns with regard to dilute bitumen and the risks to our local streams, the Fraser River, the Better River, our two aquifers, our groundwater, and our schools as well. I went to a board meeting of the Fraser Health Authority in January of this year, and the public health officer is concerned about water quality in the event of a diluted bitumen spill into the aquifers or the groundwater. The new National Energy Board process that has just begun will exclude most residents in the Fraser Valley from writing letters of comment or making oral submissions. It's moved to people only directly affected, and we don't know exactly what that means yet. However, we know that the Fraser Valley Regional District will be allowed to be interveners. And the residents of the Fraser Valley are counting on you to intervene on our behalf. And now I'm going to turn it over to my own. Thank you. Mr. Hale, welcome.
As Lynn has said, members of the Pipe Up Network have been researching the issue of transporting bitumen for export for over a year. What we found causes us deep concern. I'll summarize briefly. In addition to the great harm to the planet caused by rapid extraction of tar sands, we have found that its transport subjects lower mainland communities, drinking water, and ecosystems to a high risk of a bitumen spill. Studies show that there is no net economic benefit for British Columbians, and that there are alternatives. Alternatives such as renewable energy and electric transportation would produce more economic benefit, more jobs, and would potentially position BC as a world leader in making the transition from finite and increasingly dirty fossil fuels. You've heard about the dangers of diluted bitumen transport and the risks of a bitumen spill. I want to be clear about one thing. The company has been attempting to minimize the risks. In August of 2012, officials of Kinder Morgan held a press conference to announce that the findings of an industry-funded lab study that showed that bitumen floats on water. This was surprising to many of us, who were aware of the findings of the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board report into the spill in Michigan in 2010, also diluted bitumen spill, into the Kalamazoo River, and that their findings were that bitumen had sunk in the water column. Recent reports of independent scientists have confirmed these findings. While diluted bitumen will initially float, the volatile hydrocarbons rapidly off-gas and the bitumen sinks. The off-gassing is of concern to people in communities. Anywhere near a bitumen spill in Michigan, over 200 were hospitalized. But the greatest concern for the Cheam Lake's wetlands is the problem of bitumen sinking. In Michigan, they are still cleaning up after almost 3 years, and the EPA has said that the Morrill Lake marshes, very similar to the Cheam Lake wetlands, have been permanently affected. We know that the people of Burnaby were drastically affected by a bitumen spill there in 2007. There are indications that there will be similar effects in the March 2013 bitumen spill in Mayflower, Arizona. There are several issues we think should be considered. First of all, the risk of bitumen spill. Can we risk a spill in the Cheam Lake's wetlands? The natural values and ecosystem services provided by these wetlands are unique in this part of the Fraser Valley and the lower mainland. The wetlands contain a wide variety of flora and fauna, including several red and blue listed endangered species. Secondly, we think there is a need for an impartial study. We've seen evidence that Kinder Morgan is not impartial. The economic incentive is too great. How can we ensure a full and fair assessment of the potential risks to the wetlands? Will the public have access to Kinder Morgan's raw data from the study, or will the FVRD carry out its own independent study? Thirdly, legal implications. Has the Fraser Valley Regional District received legal advice about the implications of the civil survey to be conducted to be conducted by Kinder Morgan? In closing, we would like to make the following recommendations. The Fraser Valley Regional District appoint an independent committee to consider the question of building a bitumen pipeline through the Cheam Lake's wetlands. Members of Pipe Up have gained considerable knowledge of the realities of bitumen transport. We would be happy to assist in the study. We recommend that scientific and legal advice also be obtained. Secondly, we think there should be public consultation regarding Kinder Morgan's plan as relates to the Cheam Lake wetlands. Thank you very much. We would be happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Mr. Hale. Ms. Perrin, if you want to join Mr. Hale at the microphone, that would be great. And let's start with questions from the board. Is there anyone that has any questions?
There was an offer from this delegation to engage with this board in doing some exploratory work, acting like a community of people, so that we could get an idea of what the universal concerns are and how we could mitigate those. And I'm wondering if there is any appetite from this board to engage them. I think it's vital. Myself, we are public servants after all, and we are here at their will. I would like to think that we can engage with them and really address this, because certainly in the Sumas Mountain area where I reside, there is a great concern. We've already had a couple of incidents, alarming incidents up on the mountain in the past few years with Kinder Morgan, and their track record is not that good. So I think by raising the flag here tonight and making an offer, I would like to strongly consider